I was not a traditionally good student until high school, when I suddenly had several very caring and invested teachers. My name is Allison Parnicott. I've been teaching in USD 259 for 11 years, and I teach 7th grade social studies at Brooks Middle School. Union membership helps not just individual teachers, but our students and our profession as a whole in a lot of ways. Our unions work towards finding candidates and supporting candidates that support public education is huge. It's vital that we have people running local and state government that support public education. Happy, supported teachers are better teachers. When we have access to the resources that we need and to be connected with people that can help us with those things, we're better able to serve our students. My academic freedom is incredibly important to me. I've worked for 11 years honing my craft as to what I do, and if someone were to come in and tell me, well, actually we're going to do it this way now because it's better, without that proof, without that evidence, without that support, then that really impacts my ability to do my job with the professional trust that I deserve. The union provides a lot of support and a lot of ways to help advocate for our individual practice. At the building level, through building committee, if we have overall concerns with how things are being run, that gives teachers an avenue to have their voices heard. But also by access to your building pro reps to have those informal conversations with somebody who knows your building and knows your administration and can help you kind of navigate that in-house. There are a lot of people that I know in the district that aren't union members, and they have lots of reasons, because it's expensive, because they don't feel the need, because they're getting most of the benefits anyways, so why bring on that extra expenditure? And I've had this conversation with several of these people that collective bargaining is absolutely a result of a large collective. With our current union membership and numbers, we've been able to, over the last couple of years, slowly try to bargain back several of the things that we lost over the lean years. But if we had an even larger bargaining unit, if we had higher membership, if we had more of our district represented, our voices would be that much stronger in our contract negotiations. And I think overall, we would all find ourselves a lot happier with the final contract that we ended on, because we're making our voices heard when we join the union.
The first day of teacher orientation, I walked up to the booth and signed up immediately. Yeah. My name is Stephen Maurer. I've been teaching at Southeast High School for the last 6 years. I teach English, sophomores and juniors. All I think a union does is guarantee your right to due process. I don't know any person in the union, leadership or otherwise, that sees it as the union's job to protect teachers who aren't fulfilling their duties. There are procedures in place to make sure that a teacher who isn't doing right is either put on the plan of assistance or put in that direction, but I don't think that the union's ever been in place to protect people that are not doing their jobs. I think that I can't imagine not putting in that $60 and just kind of hoping that things work out, or that somehow it's going to get, somehow I'm going to get that step up. Somehow I'm going to get that, that pay increase I was looking for, that bump from the masters. Like, yeah, it's a sacrifice, but it's one that I'm willing to give, frankly, that I think is important. I think the question should be is, what am I doing for my fellow teacher? What am I doing for that teacher down the hall that's struggling, that's having a hard time? I just think it's so easy to kind of just be in your own world in your classroom. It's difficult to see that you are not a lone wolf. You are part of the pack. There is no, whether you like it or not, we're all in it together. We're at a crossroads with public education if we don't have people thinking the same way on it or seeing their place in this story. I worry for the future of not just Wichita public education, but all of them. Well, we're one of the only public unions that we are advocating, yes, for ourselves, but what we get out of it is a better work environment so that we can create better instruction for students. And I think that's at the heart of every single true union member's spirit, is saying, this is for us, yeah, sure, but this is for the kids. Because none of it matters unless they're doing well.
I wanted to help kids learn. I wanted to help kids achieve. I wanted to do some out-of-the-box thinking to help them get where they need to be from where they start at. My name is Valerie Wills. I am a kindergarten teacher at Washington Elementary School, and I've been teaching for 7 years. I appreciate my union because they support me, they respect me, and they allow me to do my job in the best of my ability without being concerned with some of the little things and not obsessing about them. I can fully teach because I know I'm supported by my union. There have been situations where I had questions about things that were going on in school, and I was able to call the union and speak to someone, and they gave me clear, concise answers and where to find it in our agreement, our contract agreement book. I would say it's definitely worth it. When you're a new teacher, you have a lot of stuff that's going on that you have to be concerned about, and one thing you want to know is that you're protected and that somebody has your back if something happens. You also get extra education, and you're able to go to trainings and things to make you a better teacher through our union. The union helps us have more of a voice with our building committees because now we can actually bring issues and concerns from our teachers and staff to our principal. We kind of bridge that communication, and we're not coming complaining. We're actually coming with solutions and advice for our principal. The union has helped me become more vocal in the school, speaking up for our students and our staff. We are encouraging teachers to bring their concerns to us, and we talk about it in different ways, and we come up with solutions to give our principal. So it's opened up lines of communication, and we're just able to advocate for ourselves and our students, because that's what our main goal is, to advocate for our students. Being a part of the union has really positively affected my students because we have the opportunities as a union, as one voice, a united voice of several teachers, to express our opinions and concerns about curriculums and policies, which allow us to better help our students. If I'm a happy teacher, they are happy students. So if I'm getting my needs met as a teacher, then I'm more able to go into my classroom and teach more effectively. If we are, as a union, we're working on issues and concerns, and with my building committee, we're working on things to make it run more smoothly for teachers. That way it frees up more time for us as teachers to prepare for our students, because we want them to come in happy and ready to learn. And we also want to be happy and ready to teach, because we are in the classroom and we see things that might, the people higher up might not get to see. We get to see the picture from right here in the classroom. And I think that's an important point of view that for the administration and the people higher up to see that, this might work on paper, but it's kind of struggling in the classroom.
I actually grew up as a special education student, and I had a teacher tell me in 8th grade that I would be good for nothing and would rely on my mom the rest of my life. So I took that and lit a fire under my butt, and I wanted to be that change for students who did struggle like I did. Robert Casbury, Enterprise Elementary. I've been teaching for going on 3 years. I actually graduated halfway through the year in 2016, and I got a job as a special education teacher, and then I moved into 5th grade last year and continuing into 5th grade this year. It's important for me to be a union member, as this is being a third-year teacher. I'm at the start of my career still, and I'm going to be in this for the next 50, 60, 80 years, I don't know, depending on how technology goes, but it's going to be my career. And if I'm not a union member, I don't have a voice, and I need to have a voice in my career as we go forward. Something that you don't get as not being in the union is if there is legal trouble and you're not part of the union, you don't have the benefit of the union being there for you. And then that's a big piece of one of the reasons why I joined the union too, is just to have that protection, hoping that nothing ever does happen. But if something did happen, I have that protection with my union. I mean, I might be paying this so much every month. I mean, it's just like car insurance. You pay your car insurance, you may not use it for a couple of years, but you have it just in case something happens. So in addition to the insurance that being a union member gives you, it also opens you up to professional development, a bigger voice. The more people that are in this, the larger our voice, the louder our voice, meaning the more members that there are, the bigger our voice is. It also opens you up to connections to other teachers across the whole United States. I got to go to both NEA and AFT last summer, and I spoke in front of 10,000 people. Never thought I would do that in my life. But there I did it, and it passed the new business item that I spoke to. And then I just connected with a whole bunch of other people from across the United States that I'm still connected with today. I would have someone join the union by really promoting the collective voice that we can all have together, because as more voices join, that person may have 2 friends that are like, oh, well, I don't know, but once they join, they can get those 2, and then maybe those 2 have 4 people. So as we get more people, our voice just gets larger and larger. I think that's one of the big pushes, is that our voice, we're here right now, and as we get more people, it can get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Before I walked in the door, I was a union member. My name is Gabriel Costilla. This is my 6th year teaching, but 4th year teaching in the district. I teach at West High School. I teach English, debate, and forensics. I think the best way to get your money's worth out of the union is to get involved with the union. There's so much that you can do in the union because so much of it's volunteer based. So I would encourage you to, at the very least, get involved with your building committee and to have more of an influence on what goes on in your building. And then of course you can step it up from there. You can get involved at the district level with your union. And there's so much more to do, so much more as far as getting involved with committees and being a part of the decision-making process. The way that students' lives could definitely be improved if we had better numbers for the union is just the idea that if we have more teachers in the room making these important decisions, policy decisions at the district level, then we're going to be able to make those important decisions that we know as teachers are most beneficial for students. I think it's time for teachers to really start dreaming about what's possible. For too long we've been stuck in this rut and thinking that this is the only way it can be. But if we have more members, we can really start to dream big as far as what we'd like to happen at our schools or in our district, what we think education should be like. Because we know we're on the front lines and we should be considered for that. And so I think if we can increase our membership substantially, then we can start to dream big. And I think that should be the biggest motivator for every teacher across the district, is that if you've ever complained, and let's be honest, We've all complained about what's gone on in our district at one point or another. And if you want to find a solution, the clearest path to that solution is by becoming a union member and increasing our membership and fighting for what we think our education system should look like. If you're hesitant in being a union member, I'd encourage you to join, because there really is some truth to the saying that there's power in numbers. I consider myself an innovator here in the district with the way I teach and how I teach and what I teach, and I'm confident that I'm going to be able to continue to do so because I know I have the full power of the union behind me.